Morning. Today is the 28th of August and here we are back again at Knebworth House near Stevenage for the 2023 Knebworth Classic Motor Show. This is part 7 of the Slightly Shambolic Shuffle. I do apologise in advance for the wind noise, which has been rubbish. If there's music in the background, which has already earned me a copyright notification and got me 3 last year as well. And if there are announcements, I'm afraid it's just the way it goes on this channel. So we're in the second day of the event. Filmed 6 parts yesterday. Reason why I come back for a second day is actually you do see some of the same cars that were here yesterday, but lots of the cars were not here. Like this Fiat 500, this wasn't here yesterday. It's a relatively late one for this generation, 70 to 71 on a J, and it's got the doors that open in the conventional way, which means it's made after 1966. I think a UK market right-hand drive, that must be very expensive actually. Nice Riley RM here. I never know how to tell these apart. I think they went RMA all the way through to RMF. British production, I think about 1955. Ooh, that's very good views. We have the first beige leather interior of the day, and because it's a 50s car, or maybe late 40s, I'm not sure with this one, we've got lots of wood, like tons of wood, like wood actually in the instrument panel. So there we are. Also from the 50s is this Ford console. This is an Aota console, which was the first type they actually made. Started production about 1950, continued through to 56. This has a replica Tascus from 54, so I imagine it's around then. Might see a lot more of those today, later generations of course. 1979 to 1980 MG BGT. This has the wheels on it, I think, from the really late ones. But those were a slightly different colour, I think, actually. So just a late MGB rather than the special edition. I think it was called the LE right at the end. I drove a Road Surf from 81 actually quite recently. It was registered in 81, obviously made in 1980. Rubber bumper. I quite like rubber bumper cars actually. I'm not averse to them at all. I think they look absolutely fine. Although some people don't like them, I know. Very nice. 1967, 1968 Daimler V8 250, based on the Jaguar Mark II. But with Daimler's own engine. Also some different front seats, so some kind of electrical adjustment on them. Must have been put in later. Oh, this is actually got some parts for sale on it, so it's 67 actually. This one rather than a 68. With the Edward Turner 2.5 V8 in it. Morris Minor, seems to be attracting a lot of attention. Split screen. Imagine this is a Series 2 with the 803 cc engine, as far as I know. And then we've got something very nice. A Jaguar XJ Executive. Very nice views, lots of chrome. And it has a beige leather interior with wood, because of course it does. And I do like a nice beige leather interior. It's probably an X300 rather than X308, I would say. Be sort of 95, something like that. 1965 Ford Mustang. Lots and lots and lots of Mustangs will be here today, because there were lots here yesterday as well. Next to it, I think this is a Ford. Actually, we'll have a look inside. I think this is a Model T. Yeah, it's got the weird pedals. It is a Model T. Probably about 100 years old or something, that car. Definitely not 100 years old as this AC Cobra replica. I mean, it's far too late for a real one on a T. Quite a few of those here today. Also, something else I have not seen for a while, a Ferrari 400 79 to 80 plate. If you want to see a Ferrari at a show, I'd prefer to see one of these. They are much more sort of unusual than something like a Testarossa. I'm Quite fond of it actually. It's got the V12 in it. It's 79 actually, it says on my information sheet there. Quite like that actually. 2007 to 8. Renault Megane Mark II. Renault Sport Megane actually they called these. Lots of power and still got that controversial back end as well, of course. And DMX5 personal plate. Not sure what year that is. I mean, these are still being made, so what it's doing at a classic motor show, I don't know. But MX5 just seem to get in anyway. 2000. Sorry, no. It's the other end of the plate I'm supposed to be talking about. 82, 83 Mercedes-Benz R107 SL with that very sort of early 80s looking interior. Wonder what specification this is. It's 380 SL, this one. And then of course a 64 E-Type Series 1 Roadster. This will be worth a bit of money, won't it? Still got the old Moss gearbox in it, this one. Stunning engine. So it's a 3.8, this one. 4.2 is actually said on the back of them. E30 BMW 3 Series. 89 to 90. Don't know what specification it is. The rival to it back in the day was this Mercedes 190E. Again, I don't know what specification this is. Someone's painted it a rather lurid shade or something. And this is actually a manual, a 6-speed manual. Someone's obviously swapped the gearbox out in this one. Not really to my taste particularly, viewers, but some of you might like that. So that's 87, 88. Another classic Mercedes here. Might have seen this one at another show actually. It looks very familiar to me. And then it's a 300 SEL, probably imported from America. 71, 72. And of course it's been supplied by Arthur Daly himself. Because of course it has. Another one of these sort of hot rod type things, which I kind of see a lot of at these shows. Look at that enormous, massive scoop there. Based on a 32 Ford, but how many 32 Ford bits are still in there? And probably not very many. Look, Pontiac Le Mans 1970. Thank you, number plate. That's very handy. Edelbrock carburettor, V8 engine. Been to the Ace Cafe. So it's fine for this to go to the Ace Cafe, but from tomorrow, viewers, at the time of recording, the ultra low emission zone expansion happens. Thank you, Mayor of London. Not my favourite, really. Dodge Charger Super B. 68, 69. Triumph Spitfire Mark IV, 1971-72. Actually got the correct wheels on it as well. They look very nice, don't they? It's got the 1.3 engine rather than a later 1.5. Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2, 1979 to 1980. Actually got the headlamp wipers on this one as well.
What car do you know has brushes that go over the lights?
So we're with the fog lamps at the bottom and the headlamp wipers. Carbon gear. Don't know what year this is. Right-hand drive one actually, and with plastic seat covers. It's quite sensible in this sort of weather, isn't it? Let's hope it doesn't rain today like yesterday, viewers. That was not pleasant. Another one of these E30 BMWs. Personal plate on this one. I think it's like an 89 or something from memory. Saw it yesterday. Oh, a Renault 4. Excellent. Look, it's from the mid-70s, 74, 75, this one. 75. Thank you very much. A45cc engine. Later ones, I think, had a 1.1. Yeah, there's the gearbox in front of the engine, which is insane. And the hatchback, one of the most practical cars probably ever made. Oh, there we go. John Cooper LE Mini. So it's a 99. There we go, look at that little John Cooper signature on the side of there. Ooh, Sunbeam Rapier. Very nice, viewers. I haven't seen one of these in a while. I think that all the shows I go to, you'd see more of them, but you don't. Probably about 1960, based on the Aldax series of Film and Minx, of course. Oh, viewers, here we go. We got some very tasty treats in this section. Oh yes, viewers. 1993, 1994 Jaguar XJS with a beige leather interior and wood. Is this a 4 litre? Probably. Or in a Triumph Dolomite Sprint, but the Sprint should have a full, a full vinyl roof. This has got the kind of vinyl C-pillars just off the 1850 HL. It's unusual. Look at that shiny engine. It's been customised. This is an early one, 73, 74, but it's actually got a leather interior which they didn't have as standard. It's an auto. The Sprints were more common with manual. They did make some automatic Sprints. I mean, here is one, but that is incredibly shiny. It's got the correct alloy wheels and everything. That's really nice. I really like that. Another XJS here, this time with a much darker leather interior. And it's got cruise control. One of the later ones with the airbag. This one is a 4 litre. That's nice, but I prefer the red one actually, personally. More lovely classics. Reliant Scimitar. I'm not allowed to say what you want me to say, viewers, because that phrase is banned on my channel. It's a manual and auto, this one. Manual. So like the Dolomite, that's a 73, 74. Over 110, so this would be one of the very last of the P4s, made from 62 to 64, with the steel doors as opposed to the Burma Bright ones that most of the P4s had. It's a really, really clean one, that one. And the first Capri of the day, one of a huge number I'm sure we'll see. Forget the name of this this colour. You can also get it on Fiesta and things like that. 84 to 85 on a B. Essex plate, so maybe registered by Ford themselves, maybe not, very close to Essex anyway, so maybe not. That's a nice example of the RS wheels. Fiat Barchetta, about 1998, something like that. I like the way that this one's got the interior colour the same as the exterior colour. And another retype, Series 2, 69 to 70. This is the 2+2 with the longer doors. I have driven a 2+2. It was a Series 1 66, that one. That was back in 2020 I drove that. That's a bit later. And then there's that bay window we saw yesterday from 2008, which has the water-cooled engine. Yeah, they did make them. I think the last production was 2013. Talbot Express, 1992 to 1993. I'm surprised at the number of Expresses I still see around, considering they weren't the most rust-resistant back in the day. They were the last vehicle to ever have the Talbot name until 1994. Ooh, viewers. Aston Martin DB7 Vantage from approximately 1999. With a beige leather interior with wood and piping. It's all three of the finest attributes of interiors ever. Very nice indeed. 1970 to 71 Citroen 2CV. I think this is an Azul, they call these, AZUL, something like that. I could be completely wrong. Don't visit my channel for accurate information on 2CVs. 1990-1991 BMW E34 5 Series 525i manual. That'll be fun, won't it? Then 1965 Volkswagen. Most insane luggage rack I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Mark II Golf GTI 1988 to 89. It's a pretty big bumper with the Pirelli alloys. It's still got a Golf gear lever, but it's an aftermarket Golf gear lever. Sunbeam Tiger 1965. Saw the stand for these actually at the Cranley Lions show back in the day. No, not back then, I mean two weeks ago. It seems like back in the day, but it wasn't. It was only 2 weeks ago. Ooh, 2000 Aston Martin DB7 Vantage. So quite late for one of these. I think they were made until 2001, 2002. Very nice. 414 horsepower and a beige leather interior with wood and green piping. Does it really get any better than that, viewers? I don't think it does it? Chevrolet Apache 1960, we saw this yesterday. I wonder what its friends are. It was some friends yesterday. Mini pickup 1977 to 78 on an S. Looks a lot earlier than that because, well, they just didn't bother updating the doors and the windows and the handles and things like that. And this really should have just like a pressed steel grille. That's been changed on this one. But yeah, they kept them going till 82, but there was an 83 one sort of lurking around somewhere. Replaced by the sort of metro-based commercial things. 1976 to 77, Alfa Romeo Spider, right-hand drive. By Farina. That is a 2000, which is that's very nice, isn't it? Finally, wave the exhaust comes out there. 1977-78 MG BGT. Forget the name of this colour. This one's got the overdrive, which is nice. It's very shiny rubber bumpers today. Another one of these R107 SLs, just a very late one. Right at the end, this is on a G, so an 89 only on this one. 300 SL. Amazingly long production life, about 18 years I think, for those. Porsche 911 Carrera, about 1984, 85, something like that. Ooh, and we've also got an old Motorola brick on the dash there as well, which I appreciate because my mother used to have one of those back in the day. It's her first mobile phone. Triumph Stag, incredibly late one, 78 plate. It won't have been built as late as that. They finished in 77, but obviously some stocks were hung around for a while afterwards. Henley's of Berkeley Square. Slightly earlier Stag here, 1975-76. Let's have a look at the information sheet here. 75 in Delft Blue. Yeah, definitely a Mark II. Hasn't got the interior lights like the Mark I has. And we've got an original 3-litre V8 in there. I wonder if this red one on the left has actually got a different engine in it or something, because we've got information here. Oh, sorry, it was built 76. It was, yes, it is 78. Triumph Stag is a very practical car to own. I'll let you decide that, viewers. I have driven one, of course, and yeah, it's got power steering. It's very light power steering, actually. Now. M100 Elan, 1990-1991. We saw this yesterday. The more I say that, the more I want to have a go in one of those, viewers. Oh, look, we've got a 4-door Mark II Escort. That's like a Ford press sequence. The Capri that was used in Series 4 Professionals had the same sort of plate. It was OAR something V. It's a higher spec Escort actually because of the front lights. Maybe we'll see that again later. S-Class here, or what became the S-Class later on. 87 to 88 registration. Is that a beige leather interior, viewers? Yes, it is, with plenty of wood and that sort of very 80s aftermarket steering wheel. Actually worth quite a lot of money, the steering wheels alone on those. 1965 Humber Imperial. This is not the same one as on the Furious Driving channel. That's 66, it's 65. It's very similar, and look at all that legroom as you would get if you were some kind of dignitary, which is the sort of person who would have been carried in one of these back in the day. There weren't really cars that were, you know, only driving machines. R129 Mercedes-Benz SL, 1990 to 2000. Ooh, more beige leather interiors and more wood. Very tasty. SL320. By this stage, the way the model was designated had to slip round. Standard 8, 1955. We saw this right at the end of the show yesterday. This is one without an opening boot. It's one of the most basic cars ever made. The later ones did have an opening boot, this one does not. 1989 to 90 MG Maestro Turbo. Viewers, we are in exalted company today, and look at that dealer sticker and the plates from James Edwards in Chester. I know where Sealand Road is. It's quite near where my father-in-law actually lives there. 1956 Ford Thunderbird. Did we see this one yesterday? I can't remember if we did or not. Look at the way that sort of carb, sort of air cleaner on top of that is so far up from the rest of the engine. Very nice. Then 2000 MGF. Unusual colour for one of these. I think this is the same colour that was used on the Rover 25 that I used to own, which is 2003. Then we got Volkswagen 1300, 1969 to 70. Right-hand drive, that's unusual to see one of these that show. Normally the Beetles you see, it shows a left-hand drive these days. 1983 to 84 Golf GTI Mark 1 Campaign. I think it's a Campaign because of the Pirelli alloy wheels, but those could have been put on later. Got some aftermarket rear lamps on that one. Oh dear viewers, we're going to have to skip this Mitsubishi because we don't talk about diesels on this channel. Thank you, Mayor of London and all your friends around the country for the ultra emission and clean air zones you're introducing. 2003 MG TF 160, sort of a fast version of the TF with the VVC engine. I'm not actually sure what this is. It's something. It's right-hand drive. Answers in the comment section below. I've got absolutely no idea what that is. It doesn't even have any door handles on it. I know what this is though. This is an Austin A40 Farina. It's not the country model because we don't have the hinges at the top. I'm assuming this is an early one. Oh no, it's actually like a facelift one. The very early one's a wavy grille. This one doesn't. Interesting. And then we've got something really, really big here. Yeah, it's a Caddy. It's a sort of 20s Caddy, I think this is. V12. My gosh, those are rare. A lot of American luxury cars in the 1920s actually had right-hand drive, and this one does. That is quite a survivor, isn't it? Oh, a splitty. Did we see a splitty yesterday? I'm not sure we saw any splitties. We've got two of them here. That's a really late splitty as well. May have been, you know, orders elsewhere. I'm sure they finished in this country about. Oh no! Okay, so it is a 67, so it's the right sort of year. But this has been imported at some stage, maybe even as early as sort of 70. And back in the day when they imported cars to this country, they just slapped the plate of whatever year it was on them, so it doesn't match the build date of the car. And that continued until the early 1980s. Another splitty here. This one's actually got opening front windows, where the other one doesn't have them. Porsche alloy wheels, because of course that's what you do with a splitty these days. And we've got a lovely Fiat 124 Sport Spider. This is back in the day when they actually were still making them for our market. Nice 5-speed gearbox. That would be a really nice car to drive actually. I'd love to drive one of those. What's that, 75, 76? Ford Zephyr Mark II, 1960. I think we saw this maybe yesterday. This is for sale. 077 76047 735. Store 2014. Very nice. It's looking immaculate in there, isn't it? Very, very nice. It's got a model in the back shop as well. Ginetta with a Cosworth engine. I bet that's fast. I saw this coming in. That would be fun until he went sort of sideways. In fact, maybe that is your intention. You go sideways in a Ginetta. Just a G20, I assume, with number plate. Ooh, a Pagoda SL. Yes, very nice. Relatively late one, 69 to 70 on an H. I think these varied in terms of the engine size with the year. This one's a 280 SL, an auto. Most of them I see are auto. Ooh, a Lancia Beta HPE with a 2-litre engine. Fantastic, viewers. 1982 to 83 on a Y. Very, very nice, viewers. That would be a nice car to drive, wouldn't that? So rare, those. Buick Special, 1955. I do like the way that people actually kind of put the year of the car on these old American style plates. That makes my life a lot easier. And then we've got, I think this is a Bentley Mark 6. It could also be an R-Type. The R-Type was the later version. Somebody wants to buy a Triumph 2.5, which is understandable. That's very nice. We actually had an R-Type as our bridal car when we got married 6 years ago. So this is a 52. Can't remember when the R-Type came in, actually. Was it 52 or 53? Can't remember. Morris Minor based pickup, 67, 68. It's even got these sort of cosmic style alloy wheels on it. They weren't called the Minor back in the day. They were called the sort of O-Type or I think 600 or 800 weight, but they're known as Minor commercials now. More CCV goodness here, 1987. This is the Special Bamboo. Is this one a Spanish built one? I don't think it actually, no, it doesn't say. Showing us had that 21 years. My gosh, this is the sort of car that should be at Radwood. Fortunately, I'm going to miss Radwood next weekend, but this is the sort of thing that fits straight in. So this is an 81. There were only 2 model years for a DeLorean. It was 81 and an 82. This is an 81. And of course, it has the correct number plate. Let's have a look at the interior. Do we have... Yes, of course, time and date setting. We've even got a Nintendo entertainment system with a zapper and a flux capacitor and all kinds of things, because of course we do. That's the law. When you have a DeLorean, you must fit such accessories to your car. Porsche 944 Turbo with the correct wheels. Someone's put a bit of fabric there to stop the dash cracking, which is understandable. Lots of award-winning stuff. It's a 1990, that one. Excellent. 1986 to 87 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. So it's a Knight Rider shape. I think most of the Trans Ams used were a little bit earlier than this one though in that series. My gosh, look at that enormous Cadillac Eldorado. 73 to 74 registration. Apparently from Maryland. It's absolutely enormous car. All the luxury possible in the entire world. It's a big bootleg, isn't it? Also a big bootleg is this Dodge Charger, 1966. 3-speed auto. Yeah, it's a 66. With the hidden headlamps, that looks very stylish, doesn't it? And we have an Oldsmobile Toronado. This actually had front-wheel drive, which was unusual for the time. It was 69. It's also a very stylish-looking car. Call 07946 116 014 for more details. Wow. Question is something like that. Where do you find parts for an Oldsmobile Tornado, apart from importing them from America? Let's maybe finish on a couple of other things here. This Ford pickup. Clock it and flock it. Excellent. Sort of maxims of the used car dealer of the day. And then this thing. This started life, I think, as a Bedford HA van, but it's been extensively changed. Look at the stance on this. Ford Escort, I think, Mark II front grille with the sort of higher spec models. C768. We saw this at the British Motor Show most recently. That is absolutely crazy. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again soon for more incorrect information.